Hello, welcome to AfriRise. This is your go-to channel on matters African politics, African economics, and everything in between. And today, the 13th of November 2024, it's election day in Somaliland. Somaliland are electing their new president. President Musa Bihi Abdi faces tough opposition from the former Speaker of the Somaliland House of Representatives, Abdul Rahman Abdullahi of the Wadani Party, and Faisal Waribe of the UCID Party. Waribe is the former Director of Planning and Public Works of the Somaliland region, a very fascinating region within Somalia that has very big dreams of being an independent country. Somaliland has been building a solid reputation as a democratic and stable country. And with the elections, there is a lot at stake. First up, where exactly is Somaliland? Somaliland is in the northwestern part of what most maps call Somalia. But Somaliland is not an independent country on its own. After a brutal civil war, it decided to break away from Somalia in 1991 and formed its own government, though it's not an independent country. And here's a bit of history. Somaliland was once a British colony and protectorate, while Somalia was controlled by Italy. After gaining independence from Britain in 1960, Somaliland decided to join Somalia to form a union. But that partnership did not go well as planned. By 1991, Somaliland was ready to part ways with Somalia, citing the need for peace and a chance to start afresh. Today, Somaliland's capital, Hargeisa, is the heartbeat of the region. Somaliland operates with its own government, complete with a president and a parliament, with a multi-party democratic system. They even hold regular elections every 5 years, which is not something you hear a lot about this part of the world. But the real deal is that Somaliland has been able to create a stable democracy that is rare in the Horn of Africa. So why is this upcoming election very important? Why does it matter so much? Well, Somaliland sees it as an opportunity to show the world how independent and stable the country is. They are hoping that if they continue to hold free, fair, transparent elections, more countries will pay attention and take Somaliland independence seriously. Now, here is where things get a bit more complex. Somaliland's quest for recognition is causing some real friction, especially in Somalia. Somalia still considers Somaliland a part of its territory, and it sees these elections as a direct challenge to its authority. It's like having a sibling who insists they are independent, but they still live with the family. And Somaliland is not just pushing for its independence, it has also managed to get some quiet support from its neighbor, Ethiopia. And let's talk about that for a moment. Ethiopia, which shares a long border with Somaliland, values the stability that Somaliland has brought to the region. And so much that Ethiopia has developed a kind of low key partnership with the region. Ethiopia's relationship with Somaliland is not officially a military alliance, but Ethiopia's interest here is obvious. A stable Somaliland means less trouble for the eastern border. Ethiopia is focused on regional stability, and in Somaliland, they see a reliable partner. This has made Ethiopia a sort of formal ally for Somaliland, which sees the relationship as a good step towards legitimizing itself on an international stage. Now, this is where Somalia enters the picture. Somalia sees Ethiopia's support for Somaliland as an undermining of its own sovereignty. It has led to what we call a war of words between Ethiopia and Somalia. Somalia claims that Ethiopia's cooperation with Somaliland is well out of line and even accuses Ethiopia of encouraging Somaliland's independence push. On the other hand, Ethiopia defends its relationship with Somaliland as purely about regional security. But the more Somaliland inches towards formal recognition, the more it bothers Somalia. Somalia argues that if Somaliland is recognized as independent, it could encourage other regions within the country to break away as well. This puts Somaliland in kind of a tricky situation. On one side, there is Ethiopia's quiet support which helps Somaliland feel more validated, and on the other, Somalia's pressure has kept the African Union from recognizing Somaliland's independence. The African Union does not want to set precedent for succession movements, and for now, Somaliland remains officially a part of Somalia, or at least according to the international community. And so, what could happen next? If Somaliland's election goes smoothly, they could draw more positive attention from the international community. This does not mean Somaliland is getting officially independent anytime soon, but it could give them some new allies in their independence push. It's very likely that Ethiopia will keep its partnership with Somaliland, while Somalia might continue pushing back. We could see more diplomatic debates or even pressure on Ethiopia from Somalia to go slow on its cooperation with Somaliland. In the end, Somaliland's elections are more than just a local event. They are a statement to the rest of the world about Somaliland's readiness for independence. Whether or not that statement is heard, only time will tell. Do not forget to subscribe and keep an eye on more videos coming.